Hey everybody, want to wheeze him here. It is, guess it's Thursday morning now, February 27th, 2:53 in the morning, still Wednesday night to me. Uh, Held up a little bit on this. I kind of had some other things. My nephew and I did a lot of Minecraft stuff this weekend. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare came out. Check out those videos if you haven't seen them. This is what I have been looking forward to for quite some time. We're finally going to start the upgrades in Skylander Swap Force. Um, Initially, I thought to kind of keep things interesting, spice it up, make my life easier, I'd come through, I'd probably upgrade the characters through the course of gameplay. One of the best features, I don't really hear anyone talk about this, I guess most people probably don't care. I happen to care very much. In the past, I would come in, a lot of people, I always see people, they're like, hey, where can I find a video where someone goes through and showcases the actual upgrade path? They don't just say, hey, look, here's my character that I have everything for, and I'm going to go slaughter some chompies in a heroic challenge or something. Um, I have those videos. That's what I do. I would go in, I would come in, box stock Skylander, obviously just leveled up a little bit with the cash necessary for the upgrades. Come in, buy all the upgrades, then I would go into a heroic challenge. Usually had set heroic challenges I had picked out because they were, relatively quick, didn't drop frames with the old equipment, etc. What I would actually do is I would showcase. I'd come in painstakingly, again, not just, hey, look how fast I can do the heroic challenge. It would be, here's your primary, here's your secondary, here's your tertiary, here's the combos you can do with whichever moves are applicable, here's what the soul gem does when it's one that inflicts damage, and then in giants, let's see what that wow pow does. We're going to see that maximum damage figure everyone's looking for. Um, it it took a while to do that. You had to go in again, do the upgrades, then go out. I'd showcase them on the ship or the ruins, wherever we might be. And then, like I said, I'd come in and actually have to go into gameplay, and we would painstakingly do that. The reason a lot of people don't see my videos is for the simple fact I have never taken a partnership. I might do that in the near future. I've had lots of offers, just never done it. If you note, when I do a playthrough, like say that I have a chapter in Swap Force that has 5 levels, or 5 parts I should say, you could be watching part 3. And what'll happen in the sidebar, back in the glory days, when I started with SSA, you would see part 1, part 2, part 4, and part 5 of that chapter, my videos. Below that, you'd see like the preceding chapters parts, then you'd also see, like the next chapter, etc. Anymore, if you watch like part 3 of 5 of one of my videos, you don't see my other videos to the side. You see people with partnerships. They're essentially, the benefit there, obviously you monetize the videos, but the way they get people to watch those videos is they come in on something relevant and they promote that video over the actual channel. So if you come in, and you've got a great video of, say, I don't know, you live in Los Angeles, went to a Clippers Lakers game, you got an awesome dunk Griffin did. You're a season ticket holder, you've got a train, series of videos. If there's someone out there, a news agency, that's kind of more prominent, has a partnership, promotes their own stuff, in that case, people could be watching your epic video and think, wow, that's really cool. But then in the sidebar, instead of seeing, Joe Slam Dunk Man, they're going to see, the Bay Area Outlet News or ESPN or something along those lines. Same thing applies here in the gaming aspect of things. So, I usually just let it slide. I don't go in and, excessively promote my own stuff by saying, hey, I do that. I just kind of let it go. Eventually, hopefully they find the stuff. But it kind of gets annoying because, like, there's people that put in a ton of effort, take the time to actually go through, do everything, truly care about the game, not just doing it to get views or something. If you look at my past playthroughs, you can see I play what I like. I don't really go for the views and things of that nature. But Started with Skylanders on day one, and I've stuck to it because I truly enjoy it. You can tell that when I do these videos, because I'm probably one of the only people that will go through this entire process for you. That said, I don't want to turn this into some sermon and dampen things for you, but what I'm going to do, again, these videos, some people don't like them, some people want to see, hey, here's Boomjet, 100% upgraded, soul gems, everything like that. We're going to go kill some chompies. Look how fast he can do it. If that's what you're looking for, this will not be something you'll enjoy. Getting back to what started that little rant, one of the best features in this game, in my opinion, is right here to the right of where I stand. That is the enchanted dummies. That's something most people probably wrote off, could care less about. It gives you a little bit of money. If you use the Sky Diamond with Popthorn or Drobot, you can rack up cash really fast. That's all you really care about. That's great, and I'll give you that. I mean, it's a great way to get the cash. That's actually what I do as well. But what I like more than that is the simple fact it shows me the damage. The downside here, I'm going to have to, enter and exit the pod periodically. Same thing like on the ship in Giants, I'd have to leave the room sometimes to show you what the upgrades looked like. Now I can not only show them to you, but we can get instantaneous real-world data for the damage. That's what I'm going to do. So it's going to take a little bit of time. Obviously, any video after this will not have this like long introduction. I'll just briefly mention it. But this is kind of like for the hardcore Skylander fan, or simply the person that comes in, money's tight, you just have one Boomjet, and you want to pick the path that will be the absolute best for your playstyle. With the swappers, what I plan to do, when they don't have legendaries, I am going to attempt. I have two of pretty much all of them, with a few exceptions. Drilla, he's one glaring at me. Firecrack, and I'll pick up, the variant later on. But Boomjet right now, I have another Boomjet because I really like the guy, and two, I want to take a look at both paths. That's going to allow me to do that for you. So this one, I'm going to just come in. What I will do, I'll base it on my initial views, the paths I take, if I just had one, for example. And then I'll come in the second time, take it, and then I can automatically come in and say, wow, I should have done this last time, or pair Ace Gunner with Storm Bomber, and I think that's the cream of the crop. On the flip side, you'll see each of the paths, two for the top, two for the bottom, and you can mix and match, make your own perfect combo. That's the goal. I'm taking the time to do this, ultimately to document the damage and, more importantly, help you make the best decision you can for your Skylanders. Obviously, some people prefer distance, some people prefer in-your-face, close quarters combat, some people have a mix and match style depending on the character, so you have to take all that into consideration. But what we're going to do now, finally, this 8-10-ish mark or so, back out of here. Here's Boomjet. He's got 14,543. I have the spreadsheet, but it's behind this screen. Essentially, you have to remember, I've completed the game. I've got the 36% discount. That is a huge deal. If you were to come in base upgrades for a swapper, you're looking at 2,100. Each path would be 3,500. That would be 5,600, fully upgraded top or bottom. Combine them, you're looking at 11,200. Each path with the soul gem, 9,100 total for fully upgraded top and bottom with both soul gems. You'd be looking at 18,200. Now, with the discount, that changes significantly. I just did the math. I think it's like 11,648, something like that. It's not on my spreadsheet, but I think somewhere it's like less than 12 grand, so we should be good here. What I'll do to begin, his primary attack, we're actually going to come in here just real quick, take care of it. We're going to see 35. The one, of course, is cash 53. I did this in the introductions as well, but 35 to 53 basically. Secondary attack, or the primary on the bottom, you're looking at 15 to 23. Now, something I did special with Boomjet, really pretty big fan of his, as was box stock. But something I did, I went ahead and I bought his tertiary because he's got that quest to kill 747 enemies. So, gonna take a look at it. It's the airstriking.
Perfect.
What was that? 44s basically. We're gonna run with 44. I'll grab those. Every penny counts, you know. But we've got enough cash. We'll come over here too. I want you to also see this is his speed. He's at 43 right now. That should be changing soon. So we're gonna come in with a swapper. You can pick from the top or the bottom. We're obviously gonna start out at the top, and we'll take it from there. Alright, airstrike. This would cost what? 300. I think it was his first upgrade, so 300 box stock with a discount. What is that, like going to be 192, something like that? But I showcase that to you. That is an upgrade. That's why it's highlighted there. Now, second purchased upgrade, we have tight spiral. You're going to press Y to throw a football bomb that does increase damage. This is going to be a big deal. It's obviously going to override what we previously saw damage-wise. So let's come in and go ahead and purchase that. I could live without the cutscenes. I know I griped about them a lot in Giants. That wasn't too bad. What's the issue I had in Giants? It would drop frames. That's not what I want. Let's see. Go along is hold Y. So I think we can go ahead and actually buy this. I'll streamline these things as best I can for you, but you're gonna press Y or hold Y, so it shouldn't be an issue. But with my discount, which again is 18 wing sapphires, 36%, that's basically all of them from around Woodboro and in the story mode. If you actually get any from the quests or the bonus missions, etc., I don't have them yet, so that would just be gravy on top of the pricing you see here. But we're going to go ahead and buy Go Long, and we will be able to throw a super bomb. Alright, now you have to choose an upgrade path. Stress this in Giants all the time with the new landers. If you don't know, by all means back out here. I've never actually upgraded a swapper, but I'm assuming you cannot switch paths, otherwise it would have been touted as an awesome feature, and I will feel like an idiot for purchasing two. Actually I wouldn't, because I'd want to have access to them at all times, but that's just me, and probably most of you, if you know, finances aren't an issue. You've got the Storm Bomber path, infuse bombs with the fury of a lightning storm. And then the one below it is the squad leader. Call in more powerful bombing runs from the aircraft. I feel like the picture is a little misleading there, because that looks like you're addressing his primary ability, but if you actually read it, you would see that that's addressing the tertiary attack. It's really hard for me on these, but again, I do have both. So based on everything, if I just had one boom jet, and I was going to wait, hope he came out in a future game, etc. for the next path, I'd probably take Storm Bomber. I feel like the tertiary attack at 44 is fairly solid for a tertiary attack, and this just looks cool. It kind of ties in well with the air element aspect, you know, show off ace gunner pilot type guy. So I'm going to go with Storm Bomber here. Ah, there's my answer. So you can only choose one upgrade path for your Skylander. So, as previously, luckily they put this screen here. They did not have that in Giants. So you literally, if you would have accidentally clicked A instead of B, you'd have been locked into that one regardless of if you wanted Storm Bomber or not. So the good news is you can still back out if you accidentally did that. But I'm going to stick with Storm Bomber. We're going to see how it pans out here. We now have access to that. So hold Y to charge a football. Okay, I'm going to automatically back out here. We're going to take a look at what we bought. This is essentially the top half's base upgrades prior to, you know, the actual upgrade path. We have the path, we just haven't purchased anything. So what I'm going to do now, size this guy up. I'm just going to press Y. 40. Pretty impressive. There's probably going to be a higher number if I sit here long enough. But you know, for all intents and purposes, we can call it 40. Now, if I hold Y, we're going to charge up a super bomb. Okay, that looks wicked. Didn't quite see the damage numbers there. You can move with it, that's a good thing to know. I'm going to try to hit this guy over here, he's sort of isolated. That was an 85. That's impressive. The best thing, in my opinion, about Boomjet's primary attack is just that it's really pretty rapid fire. I mean, it does take him a little bit of time to pull his arm back and reload. Not a big deal, though, in my opinion. It's not like a time deal, so... That's 85, though. Let me try and throw it right in the middle. If you note, the dummies kind of make like a 5 on the dice. It'll probably home in on the sheet. Anyway, you saw I kind of hit mid-ground there, kind of close to the mushroom. Did 85 damage to both of the dummies, so that is pretty significant, I have to say. My apologies on these transitions, but it's just how they did it, so, you know. But again, that's what he has. You saw the tertiary attack, which is 44. Tight spiral, we're doing 40 damage now. And then with go long, the super bomb, we're dealing 85. Pretty significant jump there just in the base upgrades. Obviously that would have helped a lot in the playthrough, but that's why I'm going to do Nightmare mode upgraded. Now I selected Storm Bomber, so it's going to begin with Storm Bomb. Hold Y to charge a football bomb. Release to create storm clouds where the bomb lands that shock nearby enemies. So this sounds pretty cool. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Alright, next up we've got Storm Bomb does increase damage shocking. Alright, so I can't buy that yet. We want to document. I told you this, not for everybody, but it is good information. So if I wasn't a YouTube person, I would totally be documenting this on a spreadsheet or probably a notebook, and then I'd transfer it to a spreadsheet. What's up? Did that change the look of the bombs? Okay, let me see. If we could get it to lock on the dummy. Okay, so still doing 40 there, but let's take a look at that. You kind of get a feel, it's just a small, kind of like an explosion cloud. Don't know that it's obviously it's not going to damage the dummies, but if we had some enemies or something, say we hit a Cyclops spinner with some chompies nearby, I assume it would deal some damage to them. Now let's, wow, that looks really cool. If you recall, prior to this part of the upgrade, that was red, where you see the blue. I actually personally like the blue better. Not a huge fan of the gold, but the blue, I guess, counts for something. Let's see what happens now. This was doing 85 prior. Wow. That's insane. That's really cool. I'm going to attempt to count. I guess I could do it in the video, you know, when I edit it, but I'm going to try to count the times of damage. 3, 4. That was 19 hits of 8. That's a significant number. 19 times 8, we're looking at what, 80 and 72, so 152 damage plus the 85. That's like what, 217. That's a lot. That's very cool. Again, imagine a Cyclops spinner that you deck with that, and then you've got that stagnant cloud going. Also bear in mind that was bouncing 8 to 12 the first time, so pretty impressive. Well, come in now. We're going to pick up Unfriendly Skies. Storm Bomb does increase damage. That's shocking. So, charge a football bomb. So, I guess that cloud initially when I was throwing wasn't a big deal. I was probably not going to do any damage, but I don't remember it from just throwing the bombs. It looked a little bit more intense. That said, you can actually see the red and white, kind of classic style, if you will, here, compared to what we had initially. Now, of course, it's, you know, blue tipped, which is cool for me. So, Unfriendly Skies, though, let's see how that racks up with the 8s and the 12s that we had. And on that note, just to save a little bit of time, this is his top end soul gem. Keep in mind your swappers are going to have a soul gem not only for the top half but the bottom half. When you find it, it's all in one. You don't have to worry about tracking 2 down or something. But it's called supply drop. What's really cool here, this kind of sets him apart from other Skylanders. Obviously, I haven't upgraded any of the new landers or any other swappers, but looking back on the cast from Giants and SSA, not a lot of people can regenerate health. You're putting yourself in an elite group there. You got really several life elements. Camo and stealth, probably stealth elf most notably, camo as well, stump smash when he's in the water. There's been a few other examples, but this is a pretty neat way of tying it in. Again, it's going to be tied in with that tertiary attack, so say you're struggling against some enemies, you're using your powerful storm bomber type attacks, notice your health is low, hit that tertiary attack button, maybe you'll get some food items dropped down. So I don't know that we can showcase that here, but it should be very helpful, and most importantly in my opinion, it's something special and unique for Boomjet. So we'll go ahead and buy that. Now the top half of Boomjet fully maxed out. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. They brought us back. Let's see what happens if I click A there. Nothing. So as you can see, Boomjet's top half on this figure fully maxed out. Let's go ahead and take a look over here. Again, the tertiary attack, it's the airstrike. You can see the shadow of the plane. That's pretty cool. Can't remember if I showed that to you or not yet. But more importantly now, when we charge this up, the bomb looks awesome. We're going to chuck it over here. No, not over there. That does look more intense though. See if it is. There we go. 85. Alright, so I counted 19 again. 20 if you count the initial hit, I guess is what they were probably doing. But instead of doing 8 to 12 with the initial one, that was 10 to 15. So subtle changes, but I mean 10 times 19, that's 190. That's going to do a lot of damage if you got a wave of enemies coming at you. If this was a regular Skylander, we'd basically be done right now, but it's not. Boomjet is a Swap Force Skylander, so that basically means we've got twice the fun. Why? Because we have the bottom half, so we're going to go to right now. Come in here. I have done nothing to his bottom half, even though I really wanted to. I had to hold myself back in the playthrough. There were some things that I wanted to get, and I restrained myself pretty well. He begins his upgrades with Mach 1. Press A 2 times to dash forward. Hold A to continue dashing very quickly. Price here is 192. Again, that's I think down from 300. So let's pick that up. Alright, the next one is Ace Pilot. Speed is increased. Okay, I'm not going to get that, and I won't get that yet either. Yeah, so we're going to have to showcase this one at a time, looks like. But anyway, still at 43 speed right now. I've got the handy dandy gamepad to tell me that. And what I will do, that's a standard deal right there. Again, just for reference. You're looking at 15 damage, nothing too crazy now. Okay, this is pretty sweet. Kind of a roller brawl type deal, you can get her going pretty well. I've run into several of the characters on purpose, just to showcase that, it doesn't stop him. Tried to hit her. Let's see what happens if you hit a wall. Okay, that's pretty cool. The fact that this doesn't just come to an end whenever you run into something, going to make it very useful. There's really not going to be a learning curve at all for anyone. And more importantly, you can actually damage enemies with this apparently. That's doing 16 damage. Not lightning fast, but very quick. Now if you just, that was with me holding A the second time, if you just tap, you get the idea, just a short, quick speed burst type thing. So let's come in now and pick up the next one, which is going to be in bottom. And second upgrade is Ace Pilot. Speed is increased, tuned up with a brand new turbo. 512 on that. I feel like I could get the next one too, but I don't want to like miss anything. So back out of there. Alright, his speed on the gamepad went from 43 to 50. If you note, he's kind of got like a new little rocket trail there. No change in the jump mechanics. But now that he's +7 on speed, let's go ahead and see what he does. 15 and 16 there, same damage. Does seem a little bit quicker here. Again, you can run into people, you can run into walls. I was tracing the wall all that entire time. I'm gonna let it terminate right here. Okay, so it won't do damage when you terminate, but still, speed seems to be really hard to come by in this game. So 43 to 50 is a pretty big deal. Plus, he's got the sweet Mach 1 abilities with it. His final base upgrade on the bottom is going to be called Turbulence. Hold A to shoot 3 homing propellers at enemies. This runs 640 with a discount. I believe it would be, what's 800, I think, without a discount. So let's go ahead and pick that up. Alright, now you can pick a path again. If you're not quite ready, by all means stop, back out. You've got Skyrider and Ace Gunner. Ace Gunner obviously going to be your more direct attack damage. Skyrider, use smoke to flood the area and damage enemies with this creative style. Sounds pretty cool. And then Ace Gunner, gain new firepower with missile launchers that will send enemies running. Let's go ahead and back out and take a look at what we've got here. So what we bought was the 3 homing propellers. So we're going to press A once. Okay, so I mean, it's hard to showcase it here, but I can imagine it would be pretty sweet. We'll come back now, debating what to do. The cool thing is, if you have 2 figures, any of the swappers, you can actually just rotate them at will. Like say that you took Storm Bomber and Skyrider with this guy, and then you took Squad Leader and Ace Gunner with the other, and it turns out you like Storm Bomber and Ace Gunner the best, you can just combine those. So we'll come back to the bottom. This is tough. The top I was pretty set on. Again, I'll approach these first ones if I just had 1 figure. Use smoke to flood the area and damage enemies. Gain new firepower. I kind of think the bottom one might be better, but characters like Whirlwind and Tempest Dragon kind of make me wonder. You know? Since I can do both of them, what's going on here? I don't know what's up with that. It's like some foreign tweet or something. I guess I mentioned something. Let's do Skyrider. We'll see how that goes. Come in now. Skyriding. A smoke trail is left behind while dashing that stuns and damages enemies. So this will unfortunately be tied in with the dashing, but we'll get it. See what happens. It'd be nice if it was just like solid. Thick smoke, Skyriding does increase damage. Okay, so can't take a look at that one just yet. This could mirror Storm Bomber actually. Let's go ahead, charge up here. Oh, I'm not. Obviously, I need to hold it down. What is that smoke doing? 8 damage is all? So if we go by logic, you're gonna see Skyrider basically go from 8 to 12 to 10 to 15 essentially. If that's the case, probably would have a better time with Ace Gunner. But Thick Smoke's the next one. Skyriding does increased damage and stays around longer, which that'll probably be the bigger perk, that it's just the duration's increased. As you can see there, it didn't last long. $12.80 is the price. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Hadn't dropped anything. This video is a little longer than it should be because of that rant at the start. His soul gem for the bottom half is called Mach 2. Mach 1 speed is increased and a large blast damages enemies at the beginning. Okay, we'll have to hold off on that sadly. Again, I warned you this would be painstakingly slow, but the most important thing is it's actually documented. So let's come in now. Keep forgetting I have to hold it down. Okay, this is kind of like Zappish. Wow. Okay, so it'll be 12 to 18 maybe. There's some 16s. I guess the 16 I might have run into. But look at the duration there, significantly longer. So basically, yeah, it went from 8 to 12 in regular circumstances. But I'll come out here on the planks and just circle this island, and you can kind of. It's not too crazy, but it is. I mean, it kind of added a lightning effect. And personally, I would say it's like a little bit more of a duration there. So. Come back to the bottom. We're going to pick up a soul gem now, and he will be fully maxed out. So this is Mach 2. It runs 2,240 with a discount of 18 wing sapphires. Mach 1 speed is increased, which if you recall, that took us box stock from 43,250. Hopefully, if this adds another 7, he will be doing very well for himself. The other asset here with the bottom soul gem is large blast damages enemies at the beginning of the dash. So essentially you can charge into them to do the 16 damage, and then with Skyrider the Trail of Smoke, but there should be some cosmic epicness going on. So let's go ahead and buy that. Alright, nothing's mentioned, but this guy is fully upgraded. Still has a little bit of cash. We'll buy some stuff from a little stand over there. 57. Again, great thing about the Wii U, I don't have to pause the deal and black out, codes or anything. I can just look down. He's sitting at 57 speed. Doesn't feel incredibly fast, but it's probably just because I've been dashing around. Looks like it might have changed the engine a little. Homing propellers, there they are. We're gonna circle around, 16s, 12s, Skyrider's going. Let me try and just charge straight into the middle guy here. That didn't work well. I'll do a short one. Looked like a 32 to me. Let me try and get this going. Yeah. So what the soul gem is going to do whenever you initially start that charge, it looks like 32 damage. But again, this is Boomjet, Air Element, Skylander Swapper. Came in, we fully upgraded him from box stock with the exception of Airstrike. Primary, whoops, did not mean to do that. You can't back out of there, can you? I think I've done it before, you just don't touch anything. Ha, there we go. If you didn't know that, you do now. Not that that's really important. But what I was going to do, primary attack looks like that. It's dealing 40 damage if it hits anything. Big perk to that, though, is when you hold down and you get the super bomb going. You're going to do 85, and then that cloud's going to do 10 to 15 damage 19 additional times. That's a huge deal. Again, that ties in with the Storm Bomber path. This tertiary attack right here, 44 damage as is. We'll check out what it does on the other Boomjet when we go down Squad Leader. But Skyrider, at the bottom you get Mach 1, the +7 speed. You get the 3 propellers. Wait. Yeah, okay, I did buy Ace Pile, I was going to say. That's going to be weird. The big deal, though, the bottom end with Skyrider. That's essentially what you get. You drive into enemies and you do 16 damage. But then, as you can see, you've got a long duration smoke trail with lightning, and it's going to do damage over time to enemies. So, out of what we took, also the soul gem will do 32 when you just do a rapid charge like that. So, out of what we took, pretty happy with Storm Bomber. I'll have to see squad leader to make ultimate judgment there. I'm also pretty happy with the increased speed. And that all kind of honestly comes from the soul gem and your base upgrades on the bottom. Skyrider, I'm a little worried about. I think Ace Gunner may actually turn out to be the better path. Obviously, we'll find out here in just a second. But this is Boomjet, fully upgraded with Storm Bomber and Skyrider, essentially the first two, if you will. So I'll come in. I think my other guy has enough cash to go ahead and fully upgrade. So we'll come in. He'll be my next one. Some of the characters not out. That's going to kind of mess with my little system I had planned, but I'll just wing it. I'll start out trying to go by element, by alphabetical letter, etc. Just because it makes sense to me. And if I get to a point like Doomstone's not available, we'll get to Rubble Rouser. I'll probably just progress with whatever I want to, and we'll have fun with it. Main thing though, I wanted to stress at the beginning, my videos are different. They're very detail oriented. The unboxings, a lot of people crank out an unboxing in like a minute and a half, and that's because 30 seconds are spent telling you to subscribe, like, and all that stuff. I value the little things, the details, the intricate details. Again, I don't know of anybody that has said, man, I really like those enchanted dummies, that's going to be awesome, and really let me, see what's going on with my Skylanders on the fly. If you are that type of person, this is the upgrade videos you'll probably want to watch. Particularly if you have not upgraded your characters, or if you're sitting there and you're like, man, I took Skyrider, I really wonder what Ace Gunner would have been like. I'll be able to come in there, I'll crank that out, you can see Ace Gunner for yourself, you can say, definitely taking that, or you can say, hey, I did pretty good there with my selection. Ultimately, what I'm going to do with these, if you go to the blog, oneofweezem.com, there will be a link with each one of these upgrade videos. Each character, obviously the swappers in these cases, I'll have 2 videos, highlighting all of the paths. Then I'll come in, and with Boomjet, say that I ultimately like Storm Bomber and Ace Gunner. I'll point blank tell you that. Should be able to tell you in the second video, but in text writing, which again, some old school people like myself prefer, I'll be able to just come in, plug it out, plain and simple for you. Hey, these are the paths I would take, this is why. Kind of dissenting opinion, I'll say, hey, Skyrider would be good for people that play this type of a, attack plan. So, that said, this was the first one. Again, my apologies about like that first 8 minutes, but aside from the complaining, mentioning why people don't see the videos to know they exist, wanted to outline it again. I only have to do that this one time, and if this is up your alley, you will not be disappointed. I'll do this same format for every character, not just the swappers. I'll hit the Newlanders up. I'll probably do the Series 3s as well. If not, I'll definitely cover, the paths and the, WoW pals for you. That's going to be the big thing with your Series 3s, but you get the general idea. This is the way I'm going to do it. Again, not for everyone, but it is for, the hardcore person or the fan that, has to know damage numbers, has to see if you pick the right path, if you're on the fence, etc. This is the type of stuff that helps people out. So that's what I want to do. And like I said, if YouTube didn't exist, I'd be that guy at home right now, just as I upgrade, pinning everything down on a notebook. I used to do that, with the Madden games and everything, trying to formulate a draft strategy. So that's the way I'm gonna roll. Again, not for everyone, but just the best way to do it, in my opinion. It's not action-packed, like if I just said, hey, I just fully upgraded this guy, let's go kill some enemies. That's cool for some people, it's quicker, but you miss out, on the progression, and that's really what I like best about the characters, seeing them actively evolve and improve. And then in, obviously, the cases of upgrade paths, getting to pan out before you and see, hey, I should have taken that path. Wow, I picked what he did. We're both happy, man. I wish he'd have taken the other path. It's way better. Things of that nature. So I'll quit rambling, though. I'm going to come in. We'll hit up our second Boomjet here. We'll check out Squad Leader and Ace Gunner with that one, so stay tuned for that. I'll probably go through, I guess. I don't know. I suppose I wouldn't have to do step by step with the second one. I could just do the path upgrades there. But I don't know. I'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll do one or two of these and get feedback on it and then go from there. It'd save a lot of time if I didn't have to. But anyway, I really will quit rambling. Just wanted to kind of stress what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and again, hopefully it finds its niche audience and everyone's happy. But as always, thank you for watching. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you back here when we upgrade Boomjet number 2.